And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Hello.
Hello.
And good morning. We have a special guest with us today. Patrick Stannard has joined us
Absolute lie.
for a bit of
I am a guest and nothing more.
You're special. You're so special.
for sleepy chats.
welcome to Anna Mornings and Sleepy Chat.
Yes. That is 100% how it's going to be today. I'm assuming
Are
you're...
you guys sleepy?
I'm pretty sleepy. I'm assuming you're sleepy, Patrick, because it's got to be pretty late for you right now.
I don't think I know the difference anymore.
You're just so used to it.
I just kind of exist. I am but a potato.
I work, therefore I am.
I'm just potato rolling through life.
Well, I mean, that sounds
That's
pleasant.
how I do.
Sounds like a pretty good time.
That's true. I mean, yeah.
What you working on? Oh, wait, I know what you're working on.
I'm working on secret stuff. But yeah, doing some in-betweens for something right now. It's coming along well. Doing it in Storyboard Pro, which is interesting.
Oh. Is there a reason that
Yes.
you chose Storyboard Pro to do it in?
It has something to do with like how we outsource things, and so this particular one just has to be in Storyboard Pro.
Huh, interesting.
It's the most exciting answer I could give, honestly.
Wow.
I should have been like, if I don't do it in Storyboard Pro, we'll all die.
The world will explode.
The demons
I had to
told
make
me
sure I
to.
did it in a program with no documentation. Just in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, just-
I'll know I'm
You
screwed.
just have to make sure there's no out for yourself.
How many people we got in chat right now?
27, which is Mike's lucky number.
Wow.
Woo.
Ooh.
So if anyone else enters, they have to leave. So we can maintain it at 27.
No. My lucky number is everything above 27.
Oh, really? How convenient for today.
Yeah. It's 27 plus.
Speaking of numbers above 27, last time you guys got a visit from Ross.
We did. That was...
Yeah.
He brought quite a few people.
He did. He did. That was the most people we've ever had.
You could say we were surprised.
Yeah. That was awesome of him. What a cool dude.
He is the coolest.
I think he was...
I need to catch up with him. I haven't talked to him in forever.
You should. I also haven't talked to him forever.
Just to see what
I
he's
wonder
doing.
what he's doing. I think he's been making a lot of Mario Maker stuff for the Grumps.
Yeah. I think he's mostly streaming.
He's been operating as
Yes.
the devil.
Well, as usual. Yeah. In everything he does.
as he is wont
Yes.
to do.
But I'd love to hear how his Monster Girl project is going, because that was looking super cool.
I'm not sure he's worked much more on that. I think with COVID happening, like it's kind of, he's just sort of focused on streaming games and Mario Maker and stuff instead. I don't think he's been doing creative.
I mean,
stuff
that's
that
fair.
much.
I heard that a lot of pitches are kind of on hold
Yeah.
because it's really hard for you to pitch a show if you can't get into the building, you know.
I'll find a way.
That's always been my problem. They just won't let me into the building. So nothing new.
Yeah, there's posters up outside all major animation studios of your face
Do
that
not
said,
let this
like,
girl
do
in.
not trust.
Don't trust a burb. do not feed the burbs.
They don't know what they're missing, man. I have so many good ideas for
Yeah.
them. Like Spam, but as an animated show. Imagine the possibilities. Canned meat as you've never seen it before.
Here's an idea. I call them infomercials. They're information you get in a commercial.
It's too bold and brave. It's never been done. But I can't say I'd be able to help you get out of bed. My advice is stay in bed. It's a good place to be.
Hey Bert, get out of bed!
Don't listen to him, but be your own person. Don't let him boss you around.
It's colder this morning over in this area of the world climate, and so I fully understand why you would
Same
want
here,
to stay
actually.
warm.
Is everybody cold today? Probably Habbo isn't
Was,
cold today. Habbo's never cold.
What temperature is it outside right now? It's 17 in Celsius.
17 Celsius, you say?
Yeah, that's pretty chill for Austin.
Michael, have you not switched over the screen yet?
No, I just brought stuff up, so why? Have you been doing awesome stuff that everyone's been missing?
I've been sketching a little bit. It's fine. I haven't done anything super awesome. Let
Well,
me check the temperature here.
okay, I'm switching this over now. And there we go.
It's 7 degrees centigrade here.
Oh,
Uh,
that's chilly.
yeah, it's not super cold, but it's that time when now the weather's starting to turn. Winter is coming.
Do you guys get like a proper fall in Ireland?
leaves fall.
Leaves fall. Yeah.
Do they get like all the vibrant colors and stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess it depends where you are. We don't see it as much because the place we live is very much kind of a big industrial kind of.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah,
trees.
you're like
in the
you're like
courtyard.
in the clouds as well.
Yeah. So we don't see it much around here, but yeah, when you get to the parks and such, you do get all those nice orange leaves.
I don't think people properly appreciate just how high up in the air you guys are.
Yeah, we're flying, guys.
It's so scary.
We're like miles and miles up. Miles and miles. We might not be miles up.
It gave me like vertigo when I went out. Like, you guys have like a little balcony there,
Yeah.
and I checked out the balcony, and I was like, nope,
Really?
no, thank you. I'll stay on the ground.
Not for me.
It's kind of weird to think as well that below the sort of ground level when you go out the door, there's like 3 levels of car park as well below us, and so we're not actually, when you hit the ground, you're not actually on the ground. It's all been built up on the, yeah. I don't know what I'm saying, but there's more levels beneath us as well.
That's crazy.
Well, we are
It's
top
insane.
floor. We are the highest you can possibly get.
Yes. Manger Art, thank you for the follow.
Oh yay! Got some follows. I
Woohoo!
don't know why that went slightly cockney there, but
All right. Thank you for the follows, chaps.
it's the only accent in the islands that Americans even attempt, really,
I mean,
is Cockney, because they saw Mary Poppins once.
yes. The best Cockney accent. The most natural Cockney
God.
accent.
It's amazing how like American cinema has kind of ruined us for accents. Like, Scotty on Star Trek is like notorious for not sounding Scottish at all.
I bet Mike can attest to that. Have you not seen enough Star Trek?
I was just about to be like, Scotty was Scottish? What? No. I was just trying to remember. Trying to remember what he actually sounds like. Is he played by a Scotsman, or is he played by an American pretending to be a Scotsman?
He is played by... What is the actor who plays Scotty? Does anyone in chat know? He's played by... Fucking...
That's an unfortunate
A
first
Canadian.
name. Really? Wow, okay.
Yes. James Montgomery Doohan.
Doohan.
Born in Vancouver, British Columbia.
I think Doohan is an Irish name, or it sounds...
It does sound Irish.
Yeah, the Irish
He was
name
born in the Canada.
Doohan comes from the Gaelic name. I can't pronounce what it when it comes from, but it's possibly derived from the word beach. There you go.
Interesting. You know, those are like the Irish names that like don't make it to like a lot of movie tropes and things like that, right? It's always Mick or Mac something.
Yeah.
Or O, but they don't ever go into like the Doohans or the that kind of stuff. There's no one with the last name Moffat in any movie I know of.
Yeah, even though that's a really fun name to say.
Oh yeah.
I knew a Moffat. There was a Moffat in my class in school.
Did they sit on their Toffet?
I think we know a Moffat now, don't we? Stephen Moffat?
What do you do?
What, the showrunner for things?
No, I think...
Stephen
just
Moffat is
That
the
sounds like
showrunner of
It
Doctor
sounds like
Who.
a verb. It sounds like something you can do. Like, hey, do you Moffat? It's like, I'm Moffating right now.
Can you Moffat? Yes, we can!
Yeah. Watch me.
It's like the sequel toy to Bop It.
Moffat!
Have you seen that? It's like a gag with the Bop It toy, and it's like, bop it, twist it, turn it, kill your parents. What?
No!
Bop it.
That's great, though.
Oh, man.
It sounds like a Saturday Night Live bit or something.
I forget. It might have been like a Robot Chicken or something. I can't remember, but it made me laugh
Oh, Robot Chicken. So
very
good.
hard.
Has anyone, and yourself, Patrick, have you seen the film Karate Kid?
Yes. When I was young. That's an old film.
Yeah. It's an old film. I've just recently
It's
hasn't seen.
another one that had like a. Oh, Indy, you need to brush up on your movie history.
So, I mean, it's no bad thing. It just means I have to watch it now. I have to watch it.
That's another one where they had like in that one it was a Chinese actor playing a Japanese like instructor, Mr. Miyagi. Isn't that who it was?
Mr. Miyagi.
Because the actor I believe is Chinese.
Oh.
But you didn't know that, did you, Mike? Ah!
Well, didn't like his.
That happened a lot.
Chinese. Let me see. Mr. Miyagi, played by.
Welcome to the Wikipedia episode of Doig and Swift.
We're gonna acknowledge you. Acknowledge you, right?
Gonna get some learning in. Ooh, I done been educated and joblatized. That's the one that I got to get you guys to do is like a good like Southern Louisianan type accent.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to be able to do that. That would be cool.
We got one of our producers at Powerhouse is an East Texan, and so he sounds like Matthew McConaughey, which I think they're actually from the same part of the state. But they have like all these weird phrases like coochie coo. Yeah, coochie coo, bro.
I mean, that sounds fun.
Schmaggy rooster.
Oh, is that the person that
just
you
like,
you wrote a riddle for?
Yes, I wrote him a couple ones for his weird East Texan sayings.
Nice.
So, Pat Morita, or Noriyuki Pat Morita, he was born in California, but his parents emigrated from Japan. So he was Japanese.
What do you know?
Oh,
he was
Okay.
also the voice of the Emperor of China in Mulan and Mulan 2.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's done a lot of voices, isn't he? Also the voice of Iroh?
No, that was Macchio.
No, that was yes.
Was it Macchio?
Yeah, I just said.
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
I didn't hear you.
Maybe it was something else that he was in where he was playing different ethnicity than he was. Or not ethnicity, what is it? What's it when it's a different country?
Nationality?
Yes, nationality.
Go.
Happy Days. That's what it was.
Well, okay.
Yeah, he was on Happy Days. He played Takahashi. I thought he was. Because I saw him like in an interview and he was talking. But, maybe I'm completely mistaken. I just don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's also a distinct possibility.
Maybe he was trolling everyone on the interview.
Maybe. Because, yeah, he was born Noriyuki Morita, which sounds very Japanese.
Yeah. All right. The reason I brought it up is I was recently watching they've made a series now that is called Cobra Kai that's set years later, and it brings back all the actors, and it's really interesting to see like actors 30 years after they were playing roles reclaim them, because you could see that they were going for like a sense of nostalgia. But
the one who played the kid in Karate Kid, did he do much acting after that?
yeah, I think he's been acting ever since. Possibly not in anything too big, but yeah.
Oh, that's Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot that was Ralph Macchio.
Yep.
Wow. This is crazy. So you've been enjoying it?
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Yeah.
You can't say I was all too familiar with the films because I haven't seen them in ages, but it was interesting to see how they shift the focus from the protagonist being the Danny LaRusso to Johnny Lawrence, who Danny fought. I thought that was interesting because you can see. Well, I'm not gonna spoil too much. Cindy hasn't seen it, but we'll talk more about this in a future episode of.
Yeah, I mean it's all French to me right now. I have no clue who any of the characters are, so if you want to spoil it, now is probably the best time because I'll forget everything you've said today.
No, it's okay. I want you to go in without any preconceptions.
I'm assuming that there's karate and there's also a kid who is good at it. This is my estimation.
Wrong.
Nope.
He gets good at it.
Oh crap. Michael, she's cracking the code.
Well, no point watching the movie now. I know the whole plot.
You could probably guess the whole plot. India, guess the plot of Karate Kid. More than that. Let's
There's
go.
a kid who's getting bullied and he doesn't know what to do about it, and he comes across an old man who's like, I'll show you the ways, don't worry. And he gets taught to to be able to fight and enter competitions, and then doesn't like who he's become, and then chooses mercy at the end.
I think you described the plot of Karate Kid 1 and 2 there.
Full circle.
Well, shit.
But I mean, that's okay. That's a story that's been told by like a billion films, but it's how you tell it, how much butt kicking happens.
Yeah, it's like once you've seen Mighty Ducks, you've seen every fucking sports movie.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like it's all in how cool the characters and everything is, and how good the storytelling is.
India, one of the kids in Mighty Ducks is the voice of Donatello in the 1991 movie.
That's so cool. Turtles get everywhere.
He just
turns out.
He just likes being part of amphibious creatures, I guess.
I suppose a duck is an amphibian.
Wow.
Kind of.
They live partly in water.
Ducks can exist on land, air, and water.
Oh my gosh, there's no stopping them.
They're an avatar.
Too powerful.
They are the avatar.
Oh my god.
Ducks are the avatar, everyone.
Everything was fine until the Fire Nation baked some bread.
Everything was fine until the swans attacked.
Oh my god.
Ducks are scary. Swans are scarier though, because they're huge. And they have no mercy.
They have no mercy.
Yeah,
What?
they're huge and they have no mercy. The terrifying thing about swans.
Have you ever asked a swan for mercy and they've said no?
Yeah, I have begged a swan for mercy. And they've said no.
I've swung a golf club at one before.
I understand, Patrick. You did what you had to do.
It was self-defense.
Exactly.
This thing was gunning for
That's
me.
the thing. It's like every time someone says something like, you know, I threw a golf club at a swan, you have to assume the swan was the one that was attacking first. It's just the way it is. That's how well known swans are for being violent.
Are there swans in the US? I'm assuming there are. Are they any different?
Absolutely.
They
Yeah.
belong to us. Give them back to the Queen.
I want to see what American swan looks
Who
like.
do you think brought them over
Was
here?
it the Queen? Have some swans.
We're gonna want those back when you're done. with
Is
them.
this how England really conquered people? Just depositing swans in every country.
I guess there's
Then
no
the
like
swans do the work.
no distinct American type of swan because I Google image searched and so far I've gotten company logos, paintings, and photos of a group of people.
Ah, the mysterious swan. Few have seen it and survived.
Maybe I have to put in like swans in the US or something.
There are 3 species of swans in North America: the trumpeter swan, the tundra swan, and the whistling swan.
The whistling swan sounds really scary. Like you're walking down a street at night and you just hear this whistling. Then you turn the corner and there's a swan silhouetted under a street lamp.
Then it starts clicking its beak.
Yeah, like you hurry home,
Like
the whistling
what is it,
follows
West
you.
Side Story.
Yeah. I mean, they are a little different.
I doubt their temperament's different though, right?
No, they have black beaks, with like a yellow highlight at the top near their eyes sometimes, whereas British swans are more yellow billed or yellow orange billed.
Oh, interesting.
I was sharing it with some friends, but like the real thing that's scary for me is moose.
They're
Oh,
very
yeah.
large.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, before we were talking about them and you were telling me about them, I never knew how big moose were before. But they are huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're here's where are you guys? I'll put it in our stream talking.
Okay.
Here's a video of one that's like twice the size of an SUV.
It's like honestly mind-boggling how huge they are. Here, everybody. For those of you who don't know how big,
Don't they average like 1,000 pounds,
That's expensive.
like fully grown?
I have no clue. We have no moose.
There used to be moose in Ireland, I think. There's
There it is.
a skeleton in the museum. You
Is it a moose or is it an elk?
Potatoes. I don't know. Maybe, probably an elk. I don't know. Let me. It's probably an elk, isn't it? Irish elk. Yeah, it's probably an Irish elk. Still big though.
It's true. They're gigantic, terrifying even. I mean, I wouldn't want to fuck with it.
The Irish elk, Megalosaurus giganteus. That's his name in Latin.
That's a cool
Oh,
name.
how you doing there, old man?
Oh, Kusif.
Thank you for the follows.
Yeah, he's here.
Hello, Kusif.
Oh, thank you for the follows.
Kusif is Patrick's doggo.
Oh yeah, Kusa.
He's very old.
Very cute too.
He decided to walk over and lick my elbow,
Aw.
as he does sometimes when I'm facing away.
It's like, Patrick, look at me.
I am a
Give me
dog.
attention.
Evelyn says Swedish moose are like 8 feet. That's scary. I don't like that.
Swedish moose. Oh yeah.
Is that including the antlers? Oh my gosh, I'm seeing the moose.
I'm seeing moose.
Yeah, that looks about the same size. They're like 7-8 feet to the shoulder. They're gigantic.
Don't like that.
Don't
like it.
I mean, they're super dangerous in Canada. I've seen a few of them, and like the dangerous thing about them is that they're like unpredictable. So it's not that like they're territorial or that they are, but like, or you know, like with bears, it's like, oh, you can kind of tell if a bear is going to be aggressive. Usually, most of the times bears aren't aggressive. They're hungry or you're near their cubs. And if you avoid those things or make a lot of noise, you're fine.
Yeah, stay away from my cubs.
But yeah, moose they'll just attack you for no flippin' reason sometimes. Just because they want to flip a person, I guess. I don't know.
I don't like that. I wish to avoid that in life.
We canoed by one while I was on Lake Huron, and like we're in the boat and we're like looking out on the shoreline, and it took me a sec to realize that it was wading in water, and it was still walking, but the water would have been over my head if I was over there.
No.
And I was just like.
With the way that you said that, I pictured you using a moose as a canoe, and I thought that's a pretty good reason to like dislike you.
I don't think that's what he meant.
No, I don't think so either. But... yes, I took the river Ganges by moose.
I am Lord of the Lake.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, but it'd probably be easier to steer a moose while in water than a canoe. You just turn the antlers and they'll. Imagine a moose was using the antlers to paddle, and that's how they swim.
just with a head submerged.
Yeah, they'd only be able to go backwards though. If the things curl forwards.
This is obviously well thought out.
Yeah.
We figured out the physics of moose paddling.
Like all of Mike's ideas.
You laugh, but I'm sure it happened.
Are you?
Yeah.
I wonder if I can find some.
How's everybody in the chat doing?
Yeah, how is everyone? See if I can find some reference for this dude getting hit.
Entered with hey India, check this out.
What?
She wrote Antiques Roadshow but misspelled it. India was given the smallest semblance of power yesterday on the stream, Patrick. She's been made a mod.
Gave it to her.
Me.
Can you NDA me for a sec, Mike?
Michael.
Just while you.
Yeah, I can NDA you while I talk about this.
What were you thinking?
You should have known.
I should have known.
You madman.
And so when she discovered that she had mod powers, because we did it so that she could see crow mails easier, so that they would come up in an activity feed for her, but she immediately attempted to ban terms like the Antique Roadshow from the stream.
It would have been a perfect world. It would have been my utopia had Kurzek not been there to foil my plans.
Wait, what do you have against the Antique Roadshow?
It's boring,
Everything.
Patrick. And it's a larger proportion of my childhood than it should have been.
It was like her brother.
It's taken up enough of my time already.
The loved child.
I don't want to hear that word. Don't want to.
Have was that like, were your parents really into it?
Wait,
Yes.
are you are
The way you've
okay.
described your parents, it makes sense.
You are NDA'd. I got panicked there because I went back to watching the stream and my stream's delayed, so you weren't NDA'd, and then my brain was like, wait, you need to NDA her, but it's fine because
You do. You can un-NDA me now. I'm good. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, no, NDA her real quick? Okay, now you can undo it.
Wait, yeah, NDA me again. No, I'm joking.
We need to get a button thing, a stream deck, so that you can just be like, hit the button.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Declan,
Maybe
why?
One day.
Declan, why no?
Oh, ha 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 ha.
Oh my god.
David also has
You guys are goofballs. Oh man.
Do them fast because I do need NDA'd again. I do require you to NDA me again. Just for a second though. I just need to check I
I
don't
also
have
sent
anything.
you a video of a moose running on water.
On water. Jesus moose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, except it's at full speed.
That you
is
assume
apparently
Jesus
they-
wasn't.
They can go like 35 miles an hour for like 10 miles or something absurd.
Do you have me NDA'd, Mike?
No, I'm searching.
Searching.
There you go. You're NDA'd now.
Okay, I just need to check my clipboard. Oh, it's a good job I did. Okay. Okay, you can un-NDA me now. I'm good.
Are you working on secret stuff?
There's definitely some stuff left open on my computer that people shouldn't be looking at. Yeah.
Wow, that's ominous.
In the good way, you know? In the, this is a cool project that
it's-
I'm not allowed to show.
oh, I thought you meant because it's like pornographic.
Oh, right. No, not this time.
Next time, Gadget.
It's always a toss-up. Alright, let me get this, let me get this.
Is it professional? Is it porn? It's professional porn.
It's both.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Here you are, guys. Here's the moose. How is it running on water?
What?
It's just like knee deep.
Okay. I got really shocked there for a second because at the beginning it just looks like it's not. The way that the water is on the surface of the water doesn't make it look like it's shallow.
Well, that's because his legs are really long.
Oh my gosh.
You're only seeing like part of him.
So graceful, so beautiful.
It is running that fast in water. Isn't that terrifying?
Can you imagine if we could run that fast in water? We'd be terrifying. That'd be great.
It reminds me of
Instead, we must settle for.
Slow wades.
it reminds me of the joke from a guy, comedian. I think his name is Danny Boy. Maybe not, but
Oh, he's Australian. No, he's Scottish.
yeah, yeah.
That's right. He has a whole joke about that.
He talks about a crocodile and being given advice about how to evade a crocodile, and they said, like, if you're going to try and escape from a crocodile, don't run in a straight line, run in zigzags, because the crocodile can't get up to full speed. He's like, it's great you're giving me this advice, but it's something that we're both shit at.
What, running away from a crocodile?
Like running it from side to side in
Yeah,
a
that's
zigzag.
true. Humans aren't the best at running in zigzags either.
I'd just be worried about tripping.
I want films to stop doing the trope where a character is running away from something that's impending doom, and they're like, we gotta get away. But if they just drove or ran like 20 feet to the left, they would be safe.
Oh yeah, yeah. The films where they run in a straight line away from something that's coming towards them.
Because it breaks all tension for me. Like T-Rex can turn corners, so running in a straight line is fine.
Yeah.
But if something's falling over,
Are you talking about Prometheus?
Prometheus is a
That's a good
great
example.
great example of it. Yeah.
Someone being chased by a donut that's rolling towards them in a desert, and they're just running in a straight line away from it when they could just run 10 feet to the side and be fine.
No, I saw it in Megamind recently, and he gets a building thrown at him.
Oh yeah, and he tries to like outrun it.
Yeah. And there's so many streets on left and right that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sets up for like what happens next, but it
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
that movie was. I think that movie came out in 3D as well, because they had like a lot of things that like jump out at the camera.
Oh, really?
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe it was
And
one
that
of
building
those.
shot is one of them, where like at the very end, that needle is kind of like right up in the camera.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it was in there for the. Look at this 3D shot we have.
It's
Okay.
gonna poke you in the eye.
I remember that craze. Every movie having like these ridiculous shots.
Mm-hmm.
Megamind is such a good movie.
It is, yeah. I like it.
I think it's up there in one of my most viewed movies ever. Somehow, I really, really enjoy like returning to it.
Yeah. I think for me, I really, really love the setup. But then like the middle and end of the movie kind of drags a little bit for me.
Oh, really? I see.
I thought you were sophisticated.
Ah, you thought I was a person of taste. More fool on you!
Pablo saying you can catch at any point and finish watching it. Yeah.
I also put that movie on recently though, just like in the background while I was cooking.
You put Megamind on.
Yeah, I did. I was interested to see you watching it yesterday because I had like stuck it on 2 days before. Yes, it's just a Mega Mind kind of
Oh, weird.
weak.
That is weird.
I'll keep it going, and you'll have a mega month.
Mike was
Sorry, I'll let myself out.
I mean, I think it's fantastic.
He's too fantastic.
He's too fantastic.
Anyway. You think what? I feel like you were saying
Oh yeah, I was
think-
saying that you came into the kitchen the other day to talk about how you heard my dad's voice in your head, which was weird because then my dad like had texted me.
Yeah, I kept hearing your dad say things in his
Are you
voice in my
okay?
head. And I went upstairs
That's
and I
not
was
good.
like, I keep hearing your dad's voice, and she's like, I'm texting him right now. I was like, weird.
Yeah, actually, no, I never really dug
Like
into.
a plate installed in your head at any point, did you?
Yeah, I never dug into that. Why were you hearing my dad's voice in your head, Mike?
I don't know.
Doesn't seem normal.
I think it was more like I was imagining him saying things in the way he would say things. Like, I wasn't imagining him talking to me, I was just imagining him reading things, but in the way that your dad talks, because your dad talks in a particular way.
He does.
I don't know why, beyond that.
He's a Yorkshireman.
Yeah. I remember pointing out to you that your dad.
What's I don't understand the Yorkshire accent. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
that's what my dad has.
Yeah, I remember pointing out to India that her dad ends pretty much 90% of sentences with a question, but even if they're rhetorical. And I don't think you had noticed until I'd pointed out. It was like, your dad asks like questions all the time. She's like, what?
Can I get an example?
Oh, we went down the street earlier, didn't we? We're like, yes. We were there. But he's not saying it to be like.
I was legit about to answer you right then.
Yeah, but
I didn't know you had started.
And it like I noticed it because I very much want to like be helpful and answer questions if I feel like I've been asked one.
You're
So
a
what-
good man, Michael.
So when it's not actually a question, it's like okay, I don't need to I don't need to address that one. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm just so used to it, you know. Like,
She did it.
oh, I
I
said
see.
you know, which is
Yeah, sorry, I got
which
excited.
is my way. It's my way.
What? What just happened?
I asked a question at the end of my sentence.
Oh.
Just like bidet.
Is that a British thing? Like the whole isn't it?
Oh yeah, in it.
Putting that at the end of stuff?
Oh, you get me. I guess it is.
What am I getting you?
I'm sorry for yelling.
Yeah, that is actually something that English people do a lot. Because we do the you know, or
It's an inquisitive
Yeah.
bunch.
Or the Scottish ken what I mean.
I think the only Family Guy joke I ever found funny was the one where they had like the drive-by shootings, but like the British version. There's this guy rolling down his window out of a car, and he goes, "Oh, Reginald, I disagree," and then like drives away.
you would have to drive away because that's rude. And British people can't be rude and then stick around for it. That's too awkward.
You know how I got that delivery the other day?
No.
Okay, well I got food delivered the other day, and when the person called to like say that they were downstairs, so I could collect it, I don't know if my brain just thought I heard Scottish, but I replied in a much thicker Scottish accent without even meaning to.
What did you say?
I'll be doing to collect it free. I don't know where it came from, and I was like, I don't know if they actually like spoke to me in a
Understood.
Scottish accent or or even understood what I'd said.
Did you say I'll be down to collect it at 3?
No, I'll be down to
Damn
collect
I
it
was so close.
from you.
Oh, I thought you said at 3.
Free is like from you or from yeah.
Oh, free ye from ye from you.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now. I'm taking notes for my test.
We will be testing you, Patrick.
I did do those push-ups, Kurzak. I did.
He did. I saw him. I can attest.
And then I got down and they weren't Scottish. They just mumbled. Like they mumbled
Oh,
on the phone and they mumbled when they talked to me.
Oh, you thought that you might have heard them as Scottish, and that's why you.
Yeah, and I was like,
He said, "Hey, I can't understand this person. They must be Scottish."
no. But I did that as well when we went to Edinburgh to stay for the weekend. Our taxi driver was like, he had a thick Lothian. Yeah, he had a thick Lothian accent from like the Edinburgh region.
What's Lothian?
It's a little bit stronger than the one I have now.
So Lothian is Scottish.
Yeah, Lothian is an area of Scotland. It's near
Oh, okay.
the Firth, which is
Don't tell me there's a place in Scotland called Loathe.
probably is.
Oh my!
I don't know though.
I just like that name, like Lothian. It sounds like we come from we hate everything.
Yeah,
I've never
Loathe stuff.
Fear and Lothian.
I've never thought about that before. Let me look at
I mean, we've got a Hell, Michigan, so why not?
That's true. We have lots of kills in Ireland.
I
so
remember being a kid and first finding out about that someone's last name could be called Kilpatrick.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like that your entire family history is based around murdering me.
Lothian also called lioness. Lioness?
Ooh.
a primitive province of Scotland lying between.
Excuse me.
That's what it says.
Mean.
And I think it means it's like an ancient province, lying between the rivers.
Not like they don't have plumbing yet or anything.
Primitives.
Lying between the rivers Tweed and Forth, the name of Welsh origin but uncertain meaning is retained in the names of the modern Scottish council areas of East and West Lothian and Mid Lothian and the historic region of Lothian.
Oh.
That's where I'm frae. That was a really terrible
So that.
Scottish accent.
I mean, it's all sounds good to me. I have no comparison.
I'm trying to think what the equivalent is of the Mary Poppins chimney sweep for Scottish accents in America. I guess Groundskeeper Willie.
Oh, like
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another terrible Scottish accent in American media.
Yeah.
He just rolls his R's. That's about it.
Kurzik asks, Doig, how easily do you switch from the way you talk on stream to your Scottish accent? Not that easily.
Yeah.
Um,
Not very.
no.
I know because I sometimes ask Mike to do a Scottish accent and it takes him a couple of attempts to like get into it.
Yeah.
Like you have to be in the right headspace for it.
If I'm surrounded by people who are talking like it, I can fall into it unintentionally, but when I intentionally want to sound in a way, it sounds fabricated. It doesn't sound genuine, so I get hung up on it.
I'm right there with you, because like I'm in Texas now, and I have much more of a Texas accent than I do Midwestern, and so if someone tells me to do Midwestern, I kind of have to try. But if I'm hanging out with my family, and you guys met them, you met my sister and her husband, who's much more Midwestern than I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure you heard it in the way he was talking.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Old gash, jeez," and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And I have to try to do that, but it still does. Like if I'm hanging around those people, it'll start to slip out. I'll start saying those really flat A's,
Yeah.
as they do. Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed it too on Ross's streams. Like when he's mad, he slips into a more Australian accent.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the weird thing is like, so you guys know that like I used to wear like kilts a lot.
Yeah. Do you not more?
I don't wear them as much anymore. I had some surgery on my lower back. And I have a scar there that I think needs to be readdressed. It makes it relatively uncomfortable to wear them because they are high-waisted.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But the weird thing about doing that is like I then got to experience what it's like to be someone from Ireland or Scotland in America without actually having to do that. Because for me, it was more about like, one, it was an artist, and I was like, I'm gonna express myself.
Yeah.
But the other way, but there's also like fucking I don't like pants.
Yeah.
And it was and like growing up in the 90s and 2000s, it was still kind of difficult to wear something that like if I wore skirts, people would like beat the crap out of me.
Yeah.
So I had to do like a kilt because it was like, that's not a skirt, it's a kilt.
Yeah.
Or, which then exposes you to all the fragile masculinity of a lot of people who like wear kilts for that reason, and they're like, no, you call it a skirt. And you're like,
Okay.
it's like it's but anyways, but like I would walk around with it and people would, like, one guy at a Fry's electric place started talking to me in a fake Glaswegian dialect.
Oh no.
Okay.
So he was trying to put on the thickest Scottish accent and like pull me off my game, kind of thing. He's like, oh, is this guy from Scotland? Well, I'm gonna talk like this, and like trying to make things really difficult to understand. But I could tell that it was gibberish. So awkward.
Oh no. Why? Why do people want to just like mess with you for no reason?
Well, it's like that. There's the anyone over 30. I would say actually over 40. I'll say, makes a beeline for you.
What?
And
That's scary.
and they just they go, hey, is there a Queen of England? And you're like, I don't what?
What?
And then like, oh well, if this is the thing, then that means you can't wear underwear under your kilt. I'm like, where the fuck does it say that?
Yeah, what?
And also,
You can shoot
not your business.
You can shoot someone with a bow and arrow on a Tuesday on a certain beach in the UK.
Is that true?
I have no idea.
Gather there. I mean, you say that, but there are some weird laws, like it's illegal to cross a border with a duck on your head in one place. That's like a real
I know
law.
exactly what I'm doing next time I visit. But yeah.
On the BBC website it says, in New York, excluding Sundays, it is perfectly legal to shoot a Scotsman with a bow and arrow, regardless of any ancient legislation. The Law Commission said it is illegal to shoot a Welsh or Scottish or any other person, regardless of the day, location, or choice of weaponry.
When was that rule made?
I don't even know. I don't know if it's like just an urban myth or whatever, but I certainly heard it.
'Cause that's horrible. You can shoot this one person.
There was laws in the area that I was that I grew up in way back when, for like if someone stole your sheep, you were able to get together a band of locals.
A lynch mob.
A lynch mob,
Is that what
essentially.
you're telling me?
A legal lynch mob, in order to reclaim your property from them, and you could like.
But only if it was a sheep.
I don't think it was just a sheep. I think if you had like, if you had been wronged or
They've got my
stolen from,
Dreamgirls DVD, and I want it back.
but you had to do it within a certain time, otherwise, like, no. So you had to be a motivated like
Lynch mobber.
yeah, and get people together. Otherwise, like, your claim expired.
Isn't there like an ancient like rule of hospitality that was like broken, that like the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones is based off of?
Oh.
No
I don't-
idea.
It was like if someone like lets you in their house, feeds you, you're like you can't harm them, right? And then there was like this like I think this like British duke or something that came into Scotland and had a beef with these guys, and then but they ate with them and they were housed by them, and yet in the next morning they murdered everybody, and it was like such a big thing that they broke that rule that it like caused like a huge uprising.
Oh wow.
I
didn't know.
think I think there's history between two Scottish families that sounds similar to that. Let me look that up. I don't know what to search for.
Red Wedding history maybe, or real life Red Wedding. The real life events that inspired Game of Thrones' Red Wedding: the massacre of Glencoe.
That's what I'm reading about. I was gonna say, oh, you beat me to it.
Shame.
No, look! Come and see what's on my. Well, I haven't clicked and done anything. Come and see what I'm looking at.
It's okay. I believe you.
Okay.
You don't need to prove it to me.
You're the one with screen sharing abilities, so you can prove it to the chat better than I can.
That's true. Share that screen.
It's a lot of writing. I'm trying to.
Screen.
Do it. Oh, can I just? Oh, can I?
You're right there.
Yeah. I've got the character who's blocking in the other direction now, so I've reused the block from earlier. Except now that he's blocking the other direction, he's holding his mallet with the wrong hand. I'm wondering if I need to like do another version. For this block. Now that he's facing in
So
the
he's-
direction.
Now you are realizing why so many characters are symmetrical in fighting games.
Yeah. Gosh, let me see what they do, because that looks like it's the same block from earlier. So I want to check that.
No way! I can't believe this!
Both hands can turn into tentacles, right?
Yeah, they can. So he could just have switched hands, but
Mm-hmm. It's the hammer that's kind of an issue.
Yeah.
I'm not sure either, but Bubbles, thanks for the raid. And for the stub.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think it came up.
Oh, they did just flip him.
No
They
way.
100%
I
did
can't
just flip it.
believe this.
Even the belts on like the other side.
Patrick, thank you for the subscription.
yeah, I've been subscribed for 3 months.
Oh.
Currently on a 1-month streak.
Yeah. Alright, if they can do it, I can do it. I'm just gonna flip him. It's fine.
Also, Sin4M0N
Cinnamon.
says, "Whoa, that looks sick."
Oh, thanks, dude.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
I'm having a lot of fun with it.
And I gave them a cool, like, surfer boy accent.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
Radical.
Bodacious. Tubular.
That's what the turtles used to sound like.
Yeah, it is. I watched those movies recently with Mike. They're great.
Oh no.
They're so good, dude. I love them.
It's what's the sequel? Is it the second one where like they kind of like they've just stopped caring about showing the actors' mouths?
What was it, Mike?
You're talking
Was
about the
it-
live action ones, right?
Yeah, Mike will know better than I will.
I feel like that might have been the third one.
The third one's the one with
And,
the
like, it's
reputation for
just
being bad, right?
so-
Is the third one the one with the reputation for being bad in terms of the puppets?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they got different puppets for the third one than they did for the first two.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that's probably it.
I don't remember seeing the actors' mouths in Secret of the Ooze, so yeah, that's crazy.
It's so fucking freaky.
The secret of the ooze. Oh, we have to
That's
watch
not a
that one.
euphemism.
I'll have to watch that one again. Well, I have to watch that one again since I last saw it 15 years ago or something. Because I do not remember the bad puppets.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I've only seen like recent pictures.
I think because I saw it as a kid, like my brain has filled in bad puppets with just like pleasant turtle imagery. So I just remember them like, moving around like characters and talking and everything, because that's how my kid brain interpreted it.
Can we remember what the third like environment was we were gonna do?
Oh, was it the Battle Nexus?
I don't really want to draw the
Ooh.
Battle Nexus. But
You
I
don't
guess-
want to draw the Battle Nexus?
I don't know why. No.
Do you want to do Insane in the Mama Train instead?
Yeah.
Okay. Do the Mama Train then. That's gonna be amazing to actually comp together though. You might need to have a couple of different carriages, like you might have to have a base background
Yeah.
that you can change the colours and environmental details on. That we can show different train cars without you needing to repaint them from scratch.
Makes sense.
You've seen the episode Insane in the Mama Train, haven't you, Patrick?
That name is ringing a bell.
It's like
It's one of the later ones, isn't it?
yeah, it's at the end of season 1.
My assumption is that that's something that has to do with Big Mama.
Yeah,
And a train.
it does. It's
This train. Oh yes. I think it's starting to come together now.
yes, it's a train where it's got this teleportation device at the end of each train car that sends you around the train. So for that stage in a fighting game, we were thinking it'd be great if rather than have hard edges like you would normally have in a fighting game where you can kind of back someone into a corner, if you hit the edge in the Mama Train stage, you get transported into a different environment, a different train car.
It sounds very Infinity Train-esque.
I haven't seen Infinity Train still, so
Oh,
I got no clue. Is there actually a train in Infinity Train?
Yes.
Oh.
I believe so.
Here and I just thought it was like the title must represent something.
It's very highbrow of you.
Turns out it represents a train.
It goes on for infinity. I like that though. I like titles that like tell you what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I'm really the ones I'm most tired of are titles that are like just one word.
Chosen.
Yeah, Chosen. A lot of kids movies do it. You know, Up, Brave, Megamind,
Tangled. Yeah.
Shrek. They're all super simple.
It's true. I guess it's so that it's easily memorable.
Tuts.
Nice, Mike.
Cut.
Mike was we were talking about an app yesterday where it's like Vine, but it's just for tutorials, and you could call it Tuts.
Oh.
And the advantage is that you have to be able to show people what to do in 7 seconds. Because Mike and I are tired of clicking on tutorial videos that are like 7 minutes long, and then having to skip in to actually find the part where it tells you what to do.
Oh. Like program issues and things like that. I was like, hey, how do I get Storyboard Pro to do this? And then like you start it off and it goes, hey everybody, okay, well first you're gonna need to download Storyboard Pro.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the website and you're like, oh god.
Exactly, and that's
and
after
you
you've watched like
through and
the
try to find the
introduction.
one that looks like they're doing the thing.
Yeah, and that's after their like 20-second YouTube introduction, which is like their name over the top of some blurred background.
Some crazy After Effects like
Yeah.
wizardry.
Exactly, yeah. So just give me the information. Just give it to me. Tell me what to click.
We had someone. We got another request email of us for our animation services, and the person was like they were like a streamer, like a Twitch streamer, and they wanted like a really cool intro, and they assured in the email that they're familiar with the costs and pricings of these things. They want to know how much 30 to 40 seconds was, and I was just writing up my usual rough estimate to them, and I was thinking the whole time, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You're gonna read this email and be like, oh, I don't have that much money to give. I didn't realize it would be so expensive.
So far, no backlash though. I haven't gotten any like replies that are like, how dare you, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's encouraging. I'm always scared that someone will do that. And it's like, it's not our fault, dude. Like, it costs what it costs. Can't help it.
They do, and it just, for me, it just solidifies the fact that like, not a client I want to work with.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I don't work with people who try to pressure me into going really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Which is different than negotiating.
Yeah. Negotiating is all good.
Yeah. Boop.
Oh, I just realised that I've done this wrong. Never mind.
You timed that very well.
Oh. Whoop. Shit. All right. I did him standing by accident, but that's fine. I can just move his body down and make a few adjustments, and it'll be fine.
What do you think of this sort of?
Right is right.
What do you think of this sort of thing for the angles of the train carriage?
I'm into it.
Oh.
Cool. So ceiling, back wall, and then you can see the sides like that, and then we'll have, yeah.
I'm into it. It looks awesome already.
It's mostly
It's only a
based
box. Still looks awesome.
mostly based on the angles of the street that I had before. So figured it would work.
Yeah, I like the decision.
This is looking really cool, you guys.
Oh, thanks, Pat. It's been a lot of fun to do. Like, I've been wanting to study fighting games and their animation for ages anyway, so it's kind of also half an excuse to do that.
They're a really good way to like exercise your abilities in like work. You know, I think Michael, we had this discussion before about the difference between working smart and working hard. And I think like a lot of fighting games kind of exercise your abilities to work smart.
Mm-hmm.
there's just a lot of reuse and like making assets out of small things and trying to kind of construct the animation versus just kind of powering through it, because you have to think not just in terms of the animation itself, but also in terms of like the frame count.
Yeah.
Right, like that matters a lot, because if you have a lot of frames in your animation, you have two characters doing it, it's gonna lag the machine.
Yeah, exactly. You have to kind of throw your animation principles, like, not completely aside, because you can find tricks and ways to cram in anticipations where you wouldn't anticipate them usually, but you can't do classic anticipations anymore. You can't spend 5 to 10 frames anticipating a movement, because that's just going to make it feel like your button input isn't registering.
I've been trying to actually like work back into that.
Yeah.
Not with Powerhouse stuff, obviously, because we're always kind of against the clock on that one. But like just like when I get back into personal stuff, like I haven't done super fluid, like I guess I would call it rich animation.
Yeah.
Like decadent animation. Like I don't know what to call it. Like
full.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd call
full,
it either.
Smooth. I think we call it smooth. Like that's smooth, and then the other kind is called crunchy.
Yeah.
Like the stuff you see in anime where it's like on 6s and 7s, but it has that kind of bite to it.
Yeah.
Because the spacing is so poppy. We call that crunchy animation.
I always call 3s crunchy. That's how they feel to me.
Oh my god.
It's like crunchy versus
you sweet summer child
versus smooth peanut butter. Where smooth peanut butter is 2s and 1s, crunchy peanut butter, that's 3s and 4s.
Yeah, 3s and 5s. Yeah.
It's good.
Dare you go to the 5s, India?
In my boards, yes. In the animation.
How about
You go to 5s when you're
scared.
boarding.
Look, don't judge me.
Jesus?
I can't help it. I'm an animator first.
I know the struggle.
Yeah. So hard not to fill in that movement a
I'm
little
literally doing that right now, actually.
bit. Patrick, no.
Well, this one's kind of a special case. This one was actually requested of me to do this.
Yeah. That's okay then. It's not your fault. It's their fault
Yeah.
for asking for it.
It's coming together though. Doing this crazy motion right now. I'm trying to. This character's got like a staff and they're twirling it around and collapsing it and stuff. And
Donatello.
yeah. Oh my god! I should have just referenced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff.
Well, it's too
That
late
made it
now.
I took a bunch of like really embarrassing videos of myself in my living room spinning a broom handle around, hoping nobody was looking in.
I want to see those on YouTube stat. You need to
Don't look at me, I'm a weeb.
become broom handle guy.
Patrick Broomhilda. That was.
No. I refuse. Star Wars kid. Oh my god, I forgot about him.
How could you forget
That's
about
old
him?
internet territory.
It really is. It's classic.
God, that really is. I feel old now.
Wasn't there a documentary on him that was done?
Probably. Oh my god.
I feel like I heard about that.
I don't know if I know Star Wars Kid.
What? Of course you do. It's the dude with the lightsaber. Kind of chunky dude, and he's twirling the lightsaber around.
He's got like a curtain rod or something, and he's like in his basement. He's got like a black cloth backdrop, and he's like in front of a camera, obviously doing it to show off his moves. And he's
It's very intense.
he's not very coordinated.
Someone did an
I'm
edit
sure
of
if you
it
just
where they.
type in Star Wars.
Someone did an edit of it where they gave him an actual lightsaber
Oh,
and
cool.
put like bullets flying in and stuff.
Nope.
With some John Williams music.
Patrick, I've been messing around with like
Yes.
those Red Giant plugins, and there's one I said I was excited about getting the optical glow, one.
I saw you playing with that.
It's so good. It's like immediately way better glows than I've ever experienced before. It's like this plugin you guys at home is like $600 per year, and I might pay $600 just for this glow.
No, that's so much money.
If we can keep the night stuff going, maybe you won't have to pay for it.
Oh, it's so expensive though. That's so expensive.
So good though.
Oh no, it's just glows.
I love them.
No,
I love them.
oh, gosh.
Give it to the glows.
So much money.
There's so much more you get than just glows though. With
cry.
That package.
I mean, like, what, 600 over? That's like what, 50 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same price as a Storyboard Pro.
Creative Steve has dropped by.
Creative Steve. Hello.
But like, yeah, I think if we can just, obviously, like, we're all going to be doing, after Mystic, we all have our things that we're going to be doing. But like, yeah, if, I know some people have talked to me about doing more projects after this. So yeah, if we can keep like a certain amount of overhead covered at nights, we could probably cover that cost.
I get you. I think if I'm still doing compositing work, I'll be able to get it for myself and use it hopefully on that.
That's true. You get your paycheck and you can spend some of it on that.
Yeah.
You can get it if you really want.
Like for things that I made glow in like Starlight Brigade and Magnum Bullets, it was a kind of mix and combination of a number of effects, and it was fiddly to set up and to get to look okay, whereas this is just like one effect with a bunch of tweak settings to get the different feels, but they all feel like good. They don't feel digital, they feel like
analog.
They look
analog. Yeah,
they do look good.
And I've always been trying to aim for that analog feel. It's so hard.
We've done pretty well for ourselves in those terms. A lot of Starlight Brigade, Night Runner, all those people are constantly commenting about that really great kind of VHS feel they have.
Yeah, that's true. You did a great job on Starlight, getting that.
Michael, honestly, like, on every single production, you've knocked it out of the park.
Aw, thanks, Pat.
Yeah, and I mean that with no hyperbole. Like, I've worked with a lot of compositors, and yeah, those things look so amazing. And like a huge part of it is the fact that like you know how to assemble files, and you also have like a creative mind as well. So you're able to work with the colors and glows and do all that magic stuff you all do.
Maybe it's because I haven't worked with a lot of. Maybe part of it is like I didn't know what I was doing, so I just tried to like figure it out. There's a book I've read.
Like, being a problem solver is a huge benefit.
Yeah, the book I've read that describes like a musician in it, and the way he describes it was like it was almost as if she didn't know the rules of music, and so she didn't adhere to them. So what she created was like
unique.
Yeah, like she didn't know that she was breaking certain rules, and therefore I feel like that's kind of how I approach the compositing. It was like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll try it. I'm not reinventing compositing, bro. I think I'm not.
It's good and bad, because on one hand you don't know the stuff you can't, so you try things that people might not usually bother. That has some cool, interesting results. But on the other hand, sometimes you're spending a long time doing something that someone else knows how to do in 2 minutes.
Really fast. Or yeah.
Knowing the optimized method to do something.
I remember telling our compositor friend that all of Starlight Brigade was in one After Effects project, and the color drained from her face.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's true. God, the rendering of that was hell.
Yeah, it really was. Days and days and days. Days lost to rendering too, because we would stay off and then wake up after having like 6 hours sleep for the 6-hour render, only to find that it tanked.
I was the reason for that was I was so paranoid about losing quality to compression that I wasn't willing to render things out to assemble later, because that would be 2 renders and two 'cause phases
you would
of compression.
render it out, insert it into Premiere, then render it out again when it was all together, so it would have been compressed twice.
Yeah, so I only wanted to run it through compression once. But I later learned that there's like codecs, like the QuickTime codec for animation is like
lossless.
It's not. I don't know if it's necessarily lossless, but it's definitely a very large file when you export it. And I saw that that's what Ty was exporting for things, and I'm like, okay, well, if that's what he does, and that's he composites and exports stuff professionally.
Yeah.
I loosened the grip on my paranoia, and now I can set individual scenes to render, and it's overnight, and then India can assemble those, and they're good for a send. But yeah, Starlight was my like, oh my god, I don't want to kill anything. I want to go back and redo some glows in Starlight with this new glow thing.
We'll release a Starlight remastered.
You laugh, but I am considering.
No, I'm not going to let you.
I do consider that sometimes.
I won't let you.
We should just do another Starlight video.
Oh, Patrick, you went and said it now. I mean, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do one where it's just the characters hanging out and having a good time. Like, step it down from the intensity of the previous video where it was all like life or death, amazing, like epic struggles, and just be like, they're just chilling out, hanging out, having a good time in space.
This song right now, okay, it's called Stellar Parallax. It just sounded very kind of like aspirational.
Stellar Parallax, is that what you're doing right now too?
No, not really. I'm getting us a format for what a train car might look like. Let it go, Doig.
Yeah, because like, thank you.
No, how dare you? I want to remaster it.
I appreciate it. No, you have to move on.
No, I want to.
No, Michael.
So much
You're not
I
allowed.
could have done. Ah!
Well, you didn't. And it looks great, so don't even worry about it.
Best thing to do is to take that knowledge and apply it to the start of another project.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently DVANW6 is saying that Michael, your mic is cutting out on the P noises.
That's why
is
your
that
mic cuts
happening
out.
for everybody, or is it just DVAN that's experiencing this?
So if I say professional,
Yeah.
I can hear you, but I'm not listening to the stream. I'm just listening to you, like on our group chat.
Mm-hmm.
because like I think that's the slippery slope you're describing. That's the first step off the mountain.
And remember, he rendered it all in one project. There is only the one giant shot.
Oh no. It's true though, if he does that and he likes it, he'll want to do it to other shots as well, and then that'll be it.
Imagine how cool it might look though.
Nope.
Having his little chest star.
I won't
glow.
imagine it, I refuse.
And the flame
Nope.
effects on his eyes.
You're gonna have
and
to
the,
wait. Nope.
And the
You know what we should do? We
tail.
should make a video that doesn't look anything like Starlight Brigade, but then it is revealed at the end it's a Starlight Brigade video.
Yeah.
It's like on like a different planet or something, and like it's a completely different story, but at the end, like the pyramid shows up or something.
It's back!
Who will save them?
Just when you thought you were safe.
Can you do some test pa noises? Pa 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 pa.
Personal
Pa, pa, pa,
packaging.
Personal.
Peter Parker picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Parker picked a pepper peppers.
Peppers. Peppers.
Potato. Potato. Professional.
Peppers.
It's on the pun noises.
That's so weird. Someone says maybe it's a pop, but the thing is, like, I can hear you.
That okay?
Like, I don't think it's your microphone. It's not your hardware. Oh wait, Devan says, it did it. I just heard it.
Palbro says, I think it's just a PC struggling. That could be true.
So the way that the audio is being routed is OBS is picking up the mic signals separately from the one that I'm sending you, Patrick. And so
Mic signals.
So maybe what I should consider is making them one and the same, because I'm routing it through OBS and I'm routing it through Voicemeeter, and if it's not cutting out on for you, Patrick, then maybe what's happening is Voicemeeter is kind of sabotaging the OBS signal and cutting that out sometimes.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
Sabotagey.
I mean, in terms of our audio quality, Patrick, are you getting much noise? Is it clear?
No, you guys are clear and yeah, fantastic. It's beautiful, beautiful sound.
Oh.
All right, okay. As an experiment, you guys, because there's filters that's applied on the OBS audio that aren't applied to the Voicemeeter one that we're sending Patrick. But I'm gonna switch this over, and you tell us how we sound. You all ready for this?
Right, I'm bracing.
Okay, I'm gonna mute us here. Through. How do we sound now? Does it sound better? Does it sound worse?
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
He picked a perfect peck of pickled peppers.
He did it platonically.
Predominantly.
It's quieter. Okay.
Oh. Well, scream
Interesting.
Just shout. Be fine.
into the void.
Slightly quieter, but not cutting off yet. Okay.
All right. We're all gonna whisper now.
The quietest ASMR you ever heard.
Got to get lots of lip smacks and chewy sounds.
Oh,
in there.
no. Anything but that.
I'm gonna try doing puh sounds. Peter Parker, Professor.
You like pineapple on your pizza?
Pizza pineapple.
That sounds perfect to me.
Do you prefer pineapple predominantly placed?
On your pizza? Or do you prefer pepperoni?
Sounds maybe like we need to do something where we only go through Voicemeeter. Maybe I could set it up so that there's like a voice channel and,
Yeah,
and a music channel.
Add some gain to it or something for the stream.
Yeah. If we're still audible and like it's nice to listen to, I might keep this then.
Yeah, so long as it sounds good.
As long as you can hear us. That's
Okay.
that's what matters.
Peter Parker puts the pizza placed on a plate.
Precisely.
Yeah, this is what I have to look at. I don't know if you can see this, Patrick, but this is our audio mixer, our virtual audio mixer.
That why your voices sound so crisp and chocolatey?
I don't know. There's gate and some a compressor on this. So yeah, maybe so.
Oh.
I mean, your voice sounds great.
Does it?
Yeah. Well, it sounds pretty good to
Why'd
my
you
ear.
why'd you put a question mark at the end of that? Yeah.
Because I don't feel qualified to talk about audio. Like, it sounds good to me. The real test is when Doig uses the heavy software again. That might happen
that radio
regardless.
announcer thing where you kind of constrain the bottom of your throat, and you kind of talk like this.
Oh, give it that vocal fry.
Yeah, gotta do that vocal fry. Welcome
Fry.
to WKDN. We've got 3 callers on the line. Caller number 1, you are on the air.
It's interesting that it's like radio announcers and teenage girls that tend to use vocal fry a lot. The two ends of the spectrum.
I mean, I think they're one and the same, really.
That's why so many radio announcers are teenage girls.
Yeah, what's the difference between a 45-year-old man and a teenage girl, honestly?
Honestly, not much. We're all teenage girls inside.
Oh, mercy. Well, this animation's looking really cool.
Thank you. Just getting these key poses in, and then I'll go and stick in some in-betweens and breakdowns.
Berzek says, can really hear them inhales. And he said, there's just no pleasing you guys, is there?
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Worried about the inhales.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to do a whole skit on Darth Vader doing a stream now.
Darth Vader ASMR.
Just force choking people through the internet.
Oh wow, he would as well. You dare be a troll in my stream.
If we mess with the noise gate. Okay, well there's a gate on here. It's set to 1. Set it to 2.
This is
I think if I really
quickly turning into ASMR. Didn't you say that ASMR doesn't do anything for you?
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable is what it does for me. Vaguely uncomfortable.
Do like sounds of like falling rain count as ASMR?
I like that. That's nice.
It's the whispering, the people one.
Yeah.
Or it sounds like someone's like right next to your ear.
Yeah, I don't like the implied intimacy of it. It freaks me out a little bit. And it doesn't give me any kind of tingles that other people say that they get from ASMR. It just kind of makes me paranoid and uncomfortable.
Like you were getting way too familiar with me.
Yeah, like the feeling of someone you don't know invading your space is the feeling that I get when I listen to it.
Ooh. Oh, I can add reverb.
Do we want that?
I don't know. I don't think our chat wants that. Is it just you guys, or do I get it too?
Oh, but let me put it on you, Patrick. See if that works. Okay, you've got two reverb on now.
Mighty Patrick.
Hello.
Mighty Patrick, give us some life advice.
I don't hear it.
Aw.
I'm a tiny potato trapped in a well.
Oh, that's so sad.
Try it again, Patrick.
I can't swim, but I can't sink, and I can't climb.
I don't hear it.
Oh,
That's really sad. That's the saddest story I've ever heard.
and I can't, and my voice doesn't echo, so nobody can hear me.
Someone rescue the potato, please.
Somebody rescue the potato.
There we go.
Is it working?
Hello, anybody? Please rescue the potato.
I like this.
Cold.
This radio drama that has begun.
Now Patrick sounds like he's in a well.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's where you guys keep me.
They keep me down in this well, and they only let me out to give animation advice.
Oh no, don't tell them about the stream well.
I'm gonna play you
I
back
was
yourself, Patrick, so you can hear
punished.
yourself.
Oh no.
Punished.
Okay. Where am I listening?
You should be able to hear it now.
I'm not in. Should I go and stream to hear it?
No, I should be sending it to you over the Discord call, but if you're not hearing it, that's amazing.
No, I don't hear it.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh man.
Someone said void tato.
Void Tato. I really
I'm
need a
getting
better.
distracted by this now.
I really need a better pose for this arm.
Which arm?
The back arm. I kind of had it.
Meat Sweats' offhand.
Yeah, I kind of had it in the pose of the reference.
You could have it resting on his thigh there.
I could pop his hand here, maybe.
There's a hand that I do a lot. I wonder if I can draw it for you. But I like to do the facing the camera hand for my offhands a lot and get this kind of like diagonal shape. Here, I'm doing a quick rough for you.
Cool.
And then I do screenshot, copy, go to the chat, and paste it.
Let me have a look.
I do that type of thing a lot.
Yeah, I think that would be a good shout here. I was gonna just kind of mirror the reference and have his hand like draped over his knee a little bit, but it's not quite working with the pose. I don't think, probably because my pose is flipped.
You could like another option would be to like, if you know, see if I can do it here. Because he is heavy, so like if he's crouching, you could do a thing where like he like rests his hand on his thigh.
Yeah, I tried that just before. I don't know if I just didn't draw it properly, but I wasn't like too taken with it.
Well, there's like an overlap with like the fingers and hand does, which makes it difficult. There's a screenshot. Did it as quick as I could.
Yeah.
How are we sounding on the microphones now? Are we clear?
We're still in
and
the void.
everything? You're not still in the void. You're okay, Pat.
You're out of the well now. You were saved.
You're out of the well.
Chat lowered a rope for you.
Thank you, chat.
Okay, cool. Well, this is promising. Crispy. Cool.
Crispy.
And deep fried. Your voice sounds tasty.
That's what we want.
Did we
Wanna
get
eat that voice?
Yeah.
Eat that voice with your mouth.
Did we get
Consume
louder
those
for
sound
you,
waves.
Patrick? Over the course of me fiddling with settings, do we sound crispier and louder to you as well?
You guys sound about the same.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, we'll go from this for a little bit then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, trying to think. Oh, I've been brushing up on my flavor understandings lately.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I found a wonderful series of videos that I'm watching through that's exactly what I've been looking for and exactly what I've been struggling to find, which is like proper food education. Like a lot of like food education. Like I love things like I love binging with Babish. That's great. I like Food Wishes and like a lot of these other channels. And there's a lot of books about being a good home cook. But they don't really go into the. It's kind of like I'm finding a lot of books that are kind of like the manga how to draw, but for cooking. And what I really want is like proper education.
Yeah, like they're
about the
giving you
craft.
recipes, but they're not telling you why the recipes work, or giving you
Yeah.
new stuff.
Or they're not breaking it down into like the core mechanics that allow you to play with it. But I finally found something, and I'm just in the beginnings now, but they're talking about like flavors, and they're talking about like the 5 main flavors, which is like salty, sweet, bitter, salty, sweet, bitter, sour, and umami.
Yeah.
And they're talking about like how those play off of each other. How like if you have something that has like a lot of fat, you can add something bitter to it to kind of pull that away. If Palbro said acid, so that's kind of like in the sour category. Things with acid, you're on the low end, you're things like strawberries. On the high end, you're talking about like lemon juice. You're talking about vinegars that sour acid is actually very good at breaking down flavors so that you can taste them. Because the way that you taste is that things dissolve on your wet tongue and then go through your olfactory senses.
Oh, okay.
And so acid helps break that down so that you can. So acid helps transmit the flavor. And things like that. How you can, and also like where like picante like or peak I guess is what they call it, but like that spicy hotness and why they differentiate that from saying spicy and like where that fits and why that's not technically a flavor, it's more of a sensation. And anyways, it's all been very interesting, and I'm taking notes about like when you should add salt, what does pepper qualify as, how do you it's giving you, it's basically what it's telling me right now is like, here are your pigments, right? This is your red, your green, your blue. Here's how you make orange and purple and green, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me.
And so like I'm really enjoying it because it's like, oh, like now I know if I make this thing too fatty or if I've got too much fat in it, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's ruined. I can pull it back with this, or like you don't have to do it layering like that. You can also like add other elements of things on the dish. So it's like, oh, you're getting savory here, savory here. Oh, now you got a little bit of sweet in this bite. Things like that. It's very interesting. I'm very eager to get into like the techniques. And I'm already like a big home cook, so I do a lot of this stuff, so I can kind of understand it better now, which is really nice. But yeah, it's all great, and I love the instructor guy. He's very much about like, here's the 5 French mother sauces, and they're all the same sauce.
Oh, cool.
I mean, they're not, but they have a lot of like redundancies. Like 3 of them have like a roux starter base.
Yeah.
And so he's talking about reducing it to like, let's talk about 3 core sauces, and it was like puree, I think emulsion, and reduction are the 3 sauces that he's starting with, and I was like, that makes much more sense to me.
Yeah, he knows how to break it down in a way which is understandable and not overcomplicated.
Yes,
that's super cool.
It's the best way to teach people.
Did you say what this was yet, like the name of the channel?
It's this guy called Jacob Burton. And it's called Culinary Boot Camp, and it's this boot camp. Apparently, it's got like students in the classroom, but like they recorded it, and so you can watch the recordings. So right now, I just finished F is for flavor, and then I'm in S is for sauce, and then after that is T is for technique. So I'm interested in that one. But yeah, I'm very interested in all of this. It's super helpful, and I also have got books on it, so I can go back into the books and understand what the hell they were saying.
That's awesome. And you can customize recipes now too, because you understand how they work. So when it says, use this kind of emulsion, you can look at different ways that you could customize that.
Or even just like again, it's like teaching you. It's not teaching you like instead of a coloring book, it's like this is how you be an artist, and it's like it frees you up creatively, and that's exactly what I've been looking for, because I've branched it a little bit, by just understanding it subconsciously by doing like a lot of repetition and reading books like the Flavor. I've gone the Flavor Bible and Ratio, and those are all great books, but like it's still self-taught. And so I'm not super confident in applying that like everywhere, because I just don't have that. It's kind of like what Doig was saying about compositing. Like sometimes you just need someone to be like, here's how a professional does it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. And then like you reach another level simply knowing that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The basics are everything. That's why like life drawing is so important in art. Why it's hard to go without stuff like that. It's because they're like the very basics of understanding construction.
Do you still life draw?
I do when I get the chance to, like when I have time. I generally do it online nowadays, just because like COVID and everything. I really miss doing it in person. I think you do get a lot more out of actually seeing the model in front of you.
Well, it's three-dimensional.
Yeah.
So there's
You
that.
get to see the way the light hits, like you can move your head around and get more information that way.
Yeah, you're not being presented with a graphic image already. You're being presented with all of the information.
I think that's a big part of it because, like, yeah, like if you're looking at a flat image, even if it is of a life drawing, your analyzation is different because you're looking at something different. You're looking at 2 dimensions and you're interpreting that into 2 dimensions versus taking something 3 dimensions. And so I think there's probably a part of your brain that's not being as engaged when you're looking at it on the screen.
Definitely, having done in-person life drawing and life drawing based on videos and such, I can definitely say that it's a huge difference, the amount of information that you're given.
Yeah.
But I'll take what I can get.
I haven't done life drawing in so long.
It's so much fun as well. It's such a great way to stretch your muscles. But
I used to meet India after her job at Boulder, and we would go to a life drawing class in the city center, and that was
cool. Yeah.
one of my favorite days of the week.
Aww.
Back when life had structure.
It's adorable.
Okay.
Speaking of structure, you gotta look at all this stuff in your file right now.
Yeah, this is do you mean all these images? They're all images that I've nabbed from the show for reference, so I can try and keep the character on model, and I can try and make it feel like the character by using verbatim poses from the show.
Indeed,
Guilty
Craig,
Gear
what
that
is
you're basing
life?
this off of?
It
Oh my
is.
god, there's so much reference.
It is, yeah. It's Guilty Gear Strive.
Oh.
And that's purely because when I was looking around for characters to base the Turtles movesets on, this was the closest. It felt the closest to Mikey, so this is what I grabbed. So I'll probably end up looking at a few different games depending on which character I'm doing.
This is something that, like, I hope everybody in chat is taking notes on. Is like, look at all this reference you're pulling in there. So many artists I know will like just try to eyeball things when they don't need to.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're trying to stick it on model, man, it's a program. Put the model sheet in there. Compare and contrast.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even when you're just working on your own stuff, finding a frame that you think has good proportions that give you the feeling you want, and then keeping that to the side so you can keep matching the proportions against your own drawing and making sure that you're keeping it consistent.
Yeah.
Kind of thing is super useful.
That's how it's done, man.
But yeah, like using reference just gives you more tools to try and get things closer, more on model. It's good practice for me. It means that I'm learning to draw meat sweats better. Meat sweats being this character here.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like what I get after I eat a burrito at Freebirds.
No. See, what does my reference person do? Okay, he swings his arm around.
India, what's the program called that we use for looking at reference images?
Looking at reference images. Oh, PureRef.
PureRef, thank you.
PureRef is great.
I couldn't remember what it was called, so I couldn't open it because I didn't know what to search for.
Yeah, for those who don't know, PureRef is just like a little program where you can copy and paste stuff in from your clipboard and arrange it and resize it and rotate it and such. But it basically goes above all of your windows all the time. So, you know, whereas sometimes you open things in a program and then you switch to Photoshop to try and do your painting, and then your program disappears behind Photoshop. And it's like a real wrangle to try and get your reference visible while you draw. PureRef just keeps it on top all the time. It's really easy to use.
I think it opened.
It's real good.
Also, it's 4 o'clock here.
Yeah, in fact, it's 10 o'clock here, which means we need to end the stream and head off ski.
Oh.
Yeah,
God, that went by fast.
it always does. It's It's such a good way to wake up in the morning is to come and get to chat to all you guys and chat and see what Patrick's up to, because Patrick's frequently awake now when I'm up in the morning. I get to my computer and I see a little hello message from Patrick and I'm like, oh, he's up really late again. Oh no.
Yeah. We're currently in an overlap right now at the studio between post-production and pre-production. So we're doing both at the same time for a few months.
Right.
And it's a little rough.
Oof, that sounds rough.
Yeah. It's basically it's like my my responsibilities are split between trying to do pre-production stuff, which is like I'm doing boards and reviewing things and trying to be a director on that side, but then also because I had to be fucking versatile, it's like all these animation fixes are coming back. And it's like, hey, nobody knows how to do a fireball. Can you do a fireball?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like, yeah, I can do a fireball.
It's the problem with being multi-skilled and as an animator as well as a director is sometimes there's just no one better for the job than you. So, you know.
Sometimes I miss doing the job though. It's been a long time since I've just been able to just do animation without having to do it so fast and economic, and I just want to create for the sake of creating at some point.
You want to do like a personal project where you get to decide, and the only pressure there is the pressure you put on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. That's why this is so fun in the morning, to just do like a little fighting game mock-up where we're not doing it for anyone, just doing it for fun. So there's not a lot of pressure on getting it done.
You guys are wise beyond your years.
No, it's like anything else. It's just like sketching for yourself. It opens your brain up a bit. I hope that you can find some space to do some personal sketches and stuff.
Fingers crossed, man.
Yeah.
Pablo's saying, "I'm so glad you sharing with us makes your I'm so glad you sharing with us makes your morning happy."
Yes, it really does, Palbro. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here with us and hanging out. It means a lot, and I'm happy to get to share with you guys us muddling our way through these projects as well.
I think part of that as well is kind of showing that you don't know what you don't know until you try and do it and figure out what you don't know. So like we want to show you the mistakes as well as like what we're able to cobble together.
Yeah, the many struggles of trying to do something for the first time.
I'm trying to remember, do you know the Tumblr address for the website? Sorry, the Tumblr that had all the background art from the episodes. Do you remember what that was called?
I think that was a blog spot actually.
Was it a blog spot?
I don't remember, but
I think it's just
find
called
out.
animationbackgrounds.blogspot, yeah.
Oh, no, it's one specifically for Rise of the TMNT, Patrick. Someone's went through the episodes and grabbed them. I want to try and find good references of the train carriages.
I can find it for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll maybe do that in prep for next stream then.
Oh no, next stream is going to be Monday, because is it Friday today?
It is Friday today.
Oh man.
It's Friday.
Oh goodness.
Well, maybe you can give these people a nice parting gift by letting them see some of this animation play at real time.
Oh, that's true. I can do that. You guys have already seen Mikey, but you don't mind seeing Mikey again, right? No. I'll answer for you. No.
Nobody's gonna mind Mikey.
You'll have to excuse my meat sweats keys, which are at the minute not in the right place on screen. There are parts where Mikey jumps over him and he just doesn't move because I haven't done the camera moves or anything yet. But
is there a way for you to quickly full screen one of the windows in Toon Boom?
Full screen one of the windows?
You can hit those two arrows on the side and the bottom to hide the timeline and the tools.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Let me lighten up this
It's the
color
quickest
card.
way I know. It's pretty big on stream though, I can see it.
I'm just gonna lighten the alpha a bit because the background at the minute you can't really see the characters. There we go. Now they're more visible.
Huzzah.
I can shrink my timeline down a bit, and that will help people see things. Okay. It won't play through properly the first time, unfortunately. And please ignore both position and scale of Meat Sweat relative to Mikey. He will be enlarged.
He's just in the distance.
He's really far away, guys. That's all.
Oh, that's a good Meat Sweats drawing.
Thanks. Just trying to get the keys working at the minute.
Yeah. The pecs and the belly all working in relation are great.
We'll get
this is
those-
great.
Get those pecs and belly in there.
I love Mikey's little hip movements.
He's
Real
a
subtle in
hip
that
boy.
beginning. These are great.
I love this celebration. Woo.
Whoop. See, yeah, that's the cam move.
Play it again.
It'll be cool to get all the cam moves and everything in here.
Wow, there's enough characters. You could have a really robust fighting game.
Yeah. There's so many of them, so many like great mutants, so many great heroes. The great thing about
God.
it is that the characters are so rich that it's really easy to think of all the different ridiculous moves they could do.
Like Shredder could be like an unlockable character, but he plays like Big Zam, just completely unfair.
Yeah, it's totally OP. Like screen sweeping attacks.
Yeah, you could have all those summonable blades that he does.
Let me actually like enlarge Meat Sweats a little bit here just so I can get the scale right. It bothers
Someone says you
me.
could even get Todd in there.
Yeah, he's in there. We've got him on the roster. I don't know if you want to show Pat the roster super quick before we go.
How would he fight? Would like just his dogs attack and like he's just like in the background petting his dogs, like Pokemon Trainer on Smash?
He would definitely like the dogs would definitely be some kind of special attack, or Lemonade would be a special attack. Or if you, I don't know if you've seen the episode yet where he powers up, but there's an episode where he powers up.
Oh, with the blacksmithing.
No, with the it's the one where the dentist is the villain and he drinks his lemonade and he kind of goes Super Saiyan. So you could have Super Saiyan Todd as
That'd be great.
yeah, as one of the modes. Which is pretty cool.
Let me switch back to this screen.
So this is more like the scale they would be in relation to one another. Although I'm not sure what that would have done to the key positioning. I'll probably have to go through and...
I think you should maybe... Yeah, I don't know. I know that you're using the reference so that you can do him at that scale, but yeah, it might... I don't know, it might be tricksy to get the scale in.
Huh?
I don't know what I'm saying, man. I know that you've got him smaller because you're referencing your footage, but if you've keyed or like moved him around and stuff, you'll figure it out. You're great. Here's our roster.
Thanks, dude.
Big Mama would be really fun to fight as.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
she would.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I need to do some work on like, the ground plane and stuff. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my animation. Carry on, Mike.
No, it's
Do you have Warren Stone?
Yes, we do.
do we?
Yeah,
do,
Warren
yeah,
Stone should
he's
be on
there.
there.
Yeah, so Mike Dunn, Leo Raff, Splints. I love the way you've just been like, Splints.
Well, it was easier to fit on because these are all placeholder.
It's one less letter. Anyway, April, Karai, Ghost Bear, Alberto, Warren, Todd, Hypno, Repo, Meat Sweats, Purple Dragons, Baxter Stockboy, Fruit Brute, Foot Lieutenant, Foot Recruit, Senior Hueso, Captain PL, a random, Mud Dogs, Piebald, Crab Rose, Jupiter Jim, Mrs. Cuddles, and The Shredder.
The Shredder.
Nice. It's like a paper shredder just falls on screen.
Yeah, the paper shredder
then
from
you
that
win.
one episode. There's like I had to
Oh man.
cut people off as well. There were like more than enough to fit the
Yeah.
roster. There were people who aren't on there, like Dr. No isn't on there. There were some others like Dig, the band, aren't on there.
I feel like Dig
Yeah.
could be on there.
You feel like Dig should be on there?
I feel like we should maybe do another row or another column. But yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go on to get to bed.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. We also will be going, but to work, not to bed.
Imagine if you forgot.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody in the stream, for hanging with us, for listening to us ramble, dealing with our audio issues, and seeing Indy and Michael's amazing artwork.
Aw. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. And thanks, Pat, for chatting with us and catching up and just hanging out.
Yeah. It's always an absolute pleasure.
Oh, likewise. The pleasure is all ours.
And those of you in the chat, you're very welcome.
Super welcome. We'll be back on Monday to do more of this, which I'm excited about.
Is that Will Slaney, Declan?
But,
Let me check.
Alright, well, I'll let you guys do the sign off. I'm gonna sign off to bed.
Alrighty,
Sounds
Patrick.
good. Night night, Pat.
Night.
Sleep well.
Yeah, let's raid Will. He's doing something for Comic-Con Africa Live. I don't know what that's about, but that sounds cool. Will Slaney is a comic book artist for Marvel, and he's worked on such books as Spider-Man 2099, and more recently I think he was working on Star Wars books with Kylo Ren, the run for Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, he's really cool. He's really friendly.
Kylo Ren.
He's an Irish-based comic artist, and so he's friends with
Me.
yeah, friends with her flatmate.
And me.
And India. He's super friends with India.
Yeah.
Best friends.
Me and Will hang out all the time.
Never see them apart.
We drink lemonade. He tells me about his troubles.
He recently designed a Batman Beyond statue for Prime 1 Studio. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool.
That is super cool. Damn this ground plane.
But yeah, I figure I'll send you guys over to him. You can say hello, see what he's up to. Very friendly guy. You ready to sign off, India?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just, this ground plane, it's just frustrating me, Michael. It's frustrating me, Michael. Frustrating me, Michael.
It's frustrating you.
It's frustrating me, Michael. It's wrong. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. I'm sorry. We're good to go. We're good to go. I can fix this later.
Okay.
Another time.
Let me put the outro screen up.
Hatch and match.
There we are. There's a bunch of work that we've done in the past that you can look at and enjoy and appreciate. Let me set up the raid. Okay, raid has been initiated. He's been streaming for 24 minutes. So it's we're jumping in at the start of his stream. That's good. We must have started around about 10.
All right.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming by. Hope you've enjoyed your time here. And we'll be back on Monday. So until then, may the rest of your day
be filled
with adventure.
With
oh, where it's about to raid. It's done. We're
Adventure.
Bye.
Da 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 da. Wah 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 wah. Do 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 do. Wah 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 wah. Do 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 do.
Okay, see you everyone. Goodbye.
Oh, I didn't know.
I thought it was gonna. I don't know. I think I need to hit the button.
I was just thinking.
It was gonna count down. I don't know. Goodbye.
Bye.
It was counting down, and then it didn't happen.
Just sat there, just humming to myself and not saying anything because I think the stream's over.
Yeah.
Bum ba dum bum bum.